Sure, MMA fighters seem impressive, and grandmasters, when they're doing their demonstrations on their students, seem really impressive. But people that have been training for a dozen years that you've never seen on the street, you've only seen them when they're doing a class and they're showing the student a technique and blah blah blah. You see the technique being done, you think that's impressive, but can they fight? You always got the same thing. Can you use it? Can you do what you say you can do? So the people, what I see is MMA is a person that's trained to fight another person that's doing MMA in front of them. They're under the same rules, under the same, you know, caveats. They could do it. What the opponent can do to a certain extent is pretty much the same. Punch, kick, elbow, do what you got to do to hurt the opponent that's in front of you. But they got a referee standing next to them. They got ambulance prepared for any eventuality. So to me, not so impressive. Then you got the people that are champions in MMA. These probably people that have been training in a martial art or two or three that have got to a very high level. But again, they're fighting against someone who's doing the same thing. They got a referee next to them, blah blah blah. So really, are they great fighters, or are they just defeating people that are capable of doing what they are capable of doing? Can they beat that master that's in the in the dojo, whatever the kun, where they're teaching opponent, and you go and you think, yo, yeah, there's that guy that done MMA for like 15 months or something like that, and he went out and beat up grandmasters and blah blah blah. And I'm saying, yeah, but that grandmaster has only been demonstrating to his students, only his students or her students, techniques from their martial art that are very impressive to them people in that group, in that class, at that point. Have they had real situational experience in taking down an opponent with what they do and what they've been practicing for years? And you'll find that most martial artists, instructor level martial artists that are doing all these wonderful demonstrations in front of hundreds of people, cannot fight a single person that's been doing a real martial art where there's resistance and punching and kicking and hurting each other for 5 minutes. They can't stand up to it because they've never been punched in the mouth. They don't know what it's like. They get shocked. They fuck about and find out, and then they challenge them the young rapscallion publicly to prove that they are worth getting all these students underneath them, and they get battered completely. Then you got the people that are doing the quiet people that are ninth dan, 10th dan, doing it for 20, 30 years, 40 years. Can they fight? Can they fight for real? Maybe they've been on the door. Maybe they understand what a fight is really like, blah, blah, blah. But have they got the natural resilience of a boxer that's been doing it for 20 months, that has been in the ring for like 20 minutes every three days a week? Could they deal with it? As soon as he punches them, they are used to the physical shock of being hit. So they could probably just like bam, 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 and knock down this 40-year veteran of blah, blah martial art. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to me, I've always said the same thing to my students is that I'm only as good as my last student. And my student that comes in has a responsibility of defending the school against any pretender that might want to come in and test us out. So they're always trying to become better than they are in case that happens. We get challenged. All right, bring out our worst student or our beginner student or our most novice student. You deal with that. And if it happens, then I'll take over. I'll come back in. That's the way it's been in martial arts for years. You know what I'm saying? It's just etiquette. But it gets installed into your brain that you will have to come up against someone that will really test you. And so in the martial arts that I teach, we're sparring, we're fighting, we're sparring against people that don't do what we do. We're sparring, 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 sparring. We're fighting. We're trying to get as realistically as possible. I developed arms, absolutely uh, absolute reality martial system to be able to use your pro-reactive self-defense mechanism to use your self-development mechanism to be pro-reactive with it and um, deal with anything instinctively just because of what the martial arts that you've been taught. If you're not doing something that deals with grappling, something that deals with striking, something that deals with wrestling, you're not doing a martial art. To be able to cope, you have to have mind, body, spirit. You have to cultivate them all the time. You have to be structured in your life. You have to be structured in your day. You have to be structured in your night. So you have to be understanding the world around you and what you're capable of doing. I'm not trying to become a champion of MMA, but if I met an MMA who just a person on the street who decides they want to hurt me, I'm not worried. That's the point I get my students to. I get them to the point where it doesn't matter who's standing in front of them, they won't be worried. They're going to do what they can do, because in the street, everyone's got a puncher's chance. Everyone. You know, you put them against that person, against that person. That one's been training this way. Who's been training for 100 years, been training for 10 years, blah, blah. He's tough as this, he's tough as that. Yeah, okay, let's find out how it's going to go down. Let's bet on it. Why are you betting on it? That guy's got 25 years more experience than that one. That one's been doing martial arts for. Why are we even betting on this? It's obvious that guy. Oh wow, he got knocked out. Oh, okay. Puncher's chance. Let's understand something here. Um, if you're not ready to cope with a ninja jumping out of the bushes, then you're not doing enough martial arts. And I can't think of many mixed martial arts champions or 10th degree masters of Bagendo, whatever, all right, that can deal with that ninja just jumping out of the bush at them, just shockingly, just quick, just there to kill them and nothing else, not there to hit them or hurt, to kill them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that stop training what you're doing. I'm just saying understand yourself and what you're trying to do with your martial art. You're building yourself to be capable of doing all kinds of disgusting stuff, but you've got control over yourself. You don't have to go out there proving yourself. You're in control. You become a community warrior. That's what we do here at the Community Development through Martial Arts. So take that on board. Tell me what you think. Check me out at Sifu _BLAPPS, BLAPPS, at protonmail.com if you want private tuition, or if you're in arms or in Wing Chun Kung Fu. Check me out on YouTube at BLAPPS U2, BLAPPS, the letter U, the number 2, BLAPPS U2, to check out my videos and stuff, and go on the website at cdma.uk.com/. Peace, people. Everybody be cool. You be cool.